Can you give us a sort of an outline of what happened?
What, in the actual courtroom?
On the
day.
On the day. Well, I was working on an industrial unit in Newport Pagnell. I'd arrived around 7 and prepared the job, and he drove up around 8 to give me a hand. It was like a flat roof. And I think it must have been about 11 o'clock. He just forgot himself for a minute. He was walking towards me smiling, and he just forgot himself, and he just crashed through the skylight. And I looked through the skylight, and he was in a pool. He was in a pool of blood.
You don't need to do any more. Yeah. You don't need to do any more because I know that you. Let me pick up a little bit of the story because obviously you could see that he was seriously injured. The other factor is that the warehouse that he'd fallen into was locked, and so you finally managed to to get the emergency services. It took them 15 minutes to get into the building itself.
Yeah, I smashed windows, got into the office part, and was trying to get through to, like, I smashed through a door and stuff, but I just couldn't get to him.
And you knew you'd lost him, didn't you?
Yeah, I knew I'd lost him.
Yeah, OK. Now this, we can see now how raw this was, and of course it would be for any parent to lose their child, especially under circumstances like that. And so it's a couple of days later when you are attempting to come to terms with organising a funeral, the fact that you've lost your son and your mate, and then the police ask you to go in for a chat.
Yeah, going for an interview.
And what was said in that interview?
Well, they went on for like a couple of hours, and I had to go into detail of what happened on that day. But it started off with them saying that I was being charged with manslaughter, and there's a health and safety charge as well attached to that.
Yeah. And how did you feel about that?
I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe anybody could be that heartless. I mean, they should at least have let me done that interview after the funeral.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wasn't even allowed to grieve properly. I felt like I went to his funeral under a manslaughter charge.